Hello everybody, this is XStarKillerX here and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today we are going to be looking at the top 10 best monster effects. Number 10. Spirit Reaper. Now this card is great in a huge variety of decks and is mainly used for delays. Let's have a look at its effect. It cannot be destroyed by battle, which is a huge advantage with this card. Even though it is pretty weak, it is hard to obviously destroy if you can't destroy by battle. After something a card effect which targets this face-up card, destroy this card. That is a down effect. All you got to do is target it with a card effect and it is dead. And when this card is fixed battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, discard one card from the hand, which is pretty useful if you can manage to get an attack off. So yeah, it's got a pretty decent effect, this monster. So yeah, pretty decent card there. Number 9. Bazu the Soul Eater. And this is a really useful card. Specifically for the fact that once per turn you can increase its attack by 900 points, which is quite significant in effect because it increases it to 2,500, which is a reasonably powerful card for level 4. Once per turn you can battle up to 3 monsters from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack for each card banished until the end of your opponent's turn. So even though it does only last to the end of your opponent's turn, so you'll have to have a lot of monsters to keep this effect going, it is exceptionally useful for that one turn use just to get an up on your opponent. Number 8. Copycat. Now this is good for those situations and in particular decks which don't have particularly high level monsters. So you got to do is get this on the field when your opponent has a high monster on the field. Use this card and then it can be easily used to attack it and destroy it, or just to have as like a backup so if they attack their monsters are destroyed as well. So it's a very useful card for copying some of your opponent's more powerful monsters. Number 7. Marshmelon. This is a really good card. Again, it can't be destroyed by battle, so that's another really useful effect of this card. And also, if your opponent attacks this card while it is face down on your side of the field, they take 1,000 damage, which can be very significant in any sort of duel. So exceptionally useful, and also it's not dead if it's targeted by a card effect like Spirit Reaper, which makes it even that harder to get off the field. Number 6. Jinzo. Now this applies for all the sort of range, but especially Jinzo in particular. Trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. That just explains it all. It's a fantastic effect, and all trap cards which are currently face up on the field can't be used either, which is really useful if your opponent is using a trap based deck. Number 5. Noble Maneater Bug. Now this is a really good card, because all you gotta do is set it on the field, your opponent attacks it, flip it over, destroy 2 monsters on the field. Simple as that. So if your opponent attacks it, you can just destroy 2 of their monsters and goodbye, even if it's a really powerful one. So yeah, exceptionally useful card. Number 4. Blastsphere. Now this is exceptionally good for getting rid of those high level monsters which your opponent has on the field. What you got to do is set this face down on the field in defense position during your turn. And once your opponent attacks it, before damage calculation, you will equip this to the monster which attacked Blastsphere. And on the next turn, it will explode, if you will, destroying the equipped monster and doing damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster destroyed. So if this card is equipped to something which has like 5,000 attack, you're gonna wipe him out. Number 3. Dark Ruler Hades. As long as this card remains face up on the field, the effects of effect monsters destroyed as a result of battle by fiend type monsters on your side of the field are negated. So if you destroy one of your opponent's monsters, then it doesn't affect what's in the graveyard. If it was destroyed by a fiend monster, that effect can never be used while this card is on the field. It is an exceptionally good card, especially if you're against an opponent which is based on getting cards from their graveyard to the field, similar to my Give It Puppet Day in effect. So yeah, an exceptionally good card. Number 2. Slifer the Sky Dragon. Now of course I had to include one of the god cards on this, and by far Slifer is the best one of them all. You can summon this card by sacrificing 3 monsters on your side of the field like all the other god cards, and this summon cannot be negated. Once it is on the field, the card gains 1,000 attack for every card in your hand, which is very good if you are constantly drawing cards to your hand. Not so good if you are obviously losing cards constantly. And every time your opponent summons a monster while this is on the field, it loses 2,000 attack. So, and if it's got under 2,000 and it reduces it to 0, it is instantly destroyed. That is a ridiculously powerful effect used against the right decks. Even more powerful ones, because it reduces their attack to near enough zilch. And number 1. But of course, they couldn't be any more powerful effect monster than Exodia the Forbidden One. Of course, this is the best card because it doesn't even need to be on the field. Once you get Exodia the Forbidden One and all 4 of the other pieces, the 2 arms and the 2 legs to your hand, it is an instant win condition. Just unbelievably powerful card. Yes, it is hard to draw, and if somebody uses card destruction and you are unable to get them back to your hand, then the effect is relatively busted. But apart from that, it is an exceptionally powerful card and one of the easiest instant win conditions to pull off. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to punch the like button, leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, link down below as always. So last video to say, thank you so much for watching. I've been XDogKillerX, and I'll see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video.